You opened an app for 5 minutes and an hour vanished. Here's exactly how apps steal that hour and how you take it back. Picture this. You tap an app between tasks. 15, 30, 60 minutes slide by. That loose plan, just 5 minutes, is the moment designers win. They built feeds that don't end, cues that numb your choice, and tiny rewards that feel urgent. Your attention becomes the product traded between companies. We'll trace the mechanics, the costs, and a practical plan to regain control, starting with the design itself. Infinite scrolling loads new posts as you near the bottom. No page number, no end here signal, no natural pause. That missing stop is the design. It removes friction, so you keep sliding by default. Autoplay next video and instant recommendations do the same. Think of it as a book with no last page. You never get the mental cue to close it. This design choice is tiny but powerful. Let's break down why. Apps layer hooks, autoplay, badges, endless novelty, a red dot on an app, a new video playing instantly, a trending tab. Each nudges your thumb. These are engineered triggers, not accidents. They interrupt your flow and pull you back into the feed. Designers test these moves with metrics and A/B experiments. Every small nudge adds up to a big habit. But why do these nudges feel so compelling? The brain chemistry explains the pull. Dopamine plays a key role, but not the way headlines say. It's a learning signal that spikes for unpredictable rewards. When you scroll and sometimes find something great, your brain learns to check again. This intermittent reinforcement is the psychology behind slot machines and surprise packs. The maybe the next post is amazing, keeps interest alive. That uncertainty is engineered into feeds. So how do social cues layer on top of that? Social proof amplifies the pull. Likes, follower counts, streaks, and views translate social life into measurable signals. Those numbers cue comparison. If everyone's at that event, maybe you should be too. FOMO, fear of missing out, drives rechecks and passive scrolling. Studies show heavy passive use can increase loneliness and anxiety for some users. Social signals don't just reward, they create pressure. So how does this become a habit you barely notice? Habit loops explain how use goes automatic. A cue, boredom, a notification, a pause, triggers the action. Open the app. The reward, novelty or social feedback. Repeat it and the loop runs without thinking. The BJ Fogg behavior model shows behavior happens when motivation, ability, and a prompt align. Infinite scroll maximizes ability by making use effortless. That combination builds a muscle for mindless checking. But there's one more invisible feature that keeps you scrolling. Lack of stops. Frictionless feeds remove stopping cues found in the physical world. Books end. TV episodes pause. A newspaper has a last page. Without those milestones, your brain loses the nudge to stop. Simple frictions, an "are you still watching" prompt or a deliberate pause, create space to decide. Adding tiny roadblocks can return choice to your finger. But there's another subtle loop that actually worsens use: screens at night. Every interruption costs cognitive energy. Each time you check a notification, your brain needs time to reorient to the original task. Psychologists call this switching cost. Deep work fragments, tasks take longer, and mistakes creep in. If you find emails and feeds eating your day, it's not laziness, it's context switching. In the next segment, we'll examine sleep consequences more deeply and how they ripple into mood and performance. Late-night scrolling pushes bedtimes back and fragments sleep cycles. Less REM and slow-wave sleep reduce memory consolidation and emotional regulation. The result: foggy mornings, shorter patience, and poorer decision-making. Over weeks, that sleep debt accumulates and magnifies small digital harms into larger health issues. If your nights end with a screen, your days will show it. Up next, the nuanced links between screen time and mental health. The relationship between screens and mental health is complex. Heavy passive consumption correlates with higher anxiety and depressive symptoms in some groups. Social comparison can increase loneliness even as you stay connected. For young people, unstructured use raises particular concerns. The takeaway: context matters more than raw minutes. Patterns of use, passive scrolling versus active creation, predict outcomes. So how do you stop blaming yourself and start changing the system? It helps to realize this is a system, not a moral failing. Design choices, social norms, and brain wiring align against you. Willpower alone rarely wins. The smarter move, redesign your environment and habits so the easier choice matches your goals. We'll move from diagnosis to a practical step-by-step game plan you can use this week. First, an attention audit you'll actually finish. Step 1. Run a 1-week attention audit. Use screen time or digital well-being to get raw numbers. Note triggers, boredom, certain rooms, or times of day. Identify the top 1 to 3 time vampires, the apps that steal minutes. Don't judge the numbers, record them. Awareness is the first habit change because you can't fix what you don't measure. Ready for step 2? It's a single setting that cuts dozens of interruptions. Step 3. Disable autoplay and other infinite triggers. Turn off autoplay on video platforms. Switch social feeds to most recent when possible. Hide explore tabs or trending sections that push novelty. Even logging out of tempting apps adds a pause that invites choice. These little frictions act like speed bumps. They stop the automatic thumb and give your brain a second to decide. Next, we redesign the central interface you use every day, your home screen. Step 4. Redesign your home screen for intention. Move addictive apps into a later folder. Put maps, camera, notes, and reading apps front and center. Try grayscale at night to reduce visual salience. Log out of the most tempting apps to add a login step. These small layout changes create moments to choose. They don't rely on willpower, they change defaults. Next, we schedule attention, so someone else doesn't pick your minutes for you. Step 5. Schedule your attention. Set 2 or 3 daily check windows for social, email, and news. Outside those windows, leave apps closed. Use timers for sessions, 10 or 20 minutes, and stop when the timer ends. Create deep work sprints like 50 minutes on, 10 off, and put your phone in another room. Time boxing replaces vague intentions with concrete boundaries. Want a replacement habit that actually sticks? That's the next step. Step 6. Replace the scroll with satisfying alternatives. Add podcasts, audiobooks, and a saved reading list to your home screen. Keep a physical book or Kindle where you usually scroll. Use micro habits, a 2-minute stretch, a quick journal prompt, or a short walk before opening feeds. Try temptation bundling. Pair a walk with a favorite podcast. Substitutes must be immediate and easy to beat the urge. Up next, bedtime boundaries that protect sleep. Step 7. Build strong bedtime boundaries. Set a digital sunset. No screens 60 minutes before bed, at minimum 30. Charge phones outside the bedroom or across the room. Use night modes like night shift and do not disturb. Keep a low-friction alternative at night, like a paper book or simple notepad. Protecting sleep protects decision-making and mood. Next, we'll look at tools that support your goals rather than fight them. Step 9. Get social about it. Tell a friend your plan and ask for check-ins. Try phone stacks during meals. Create a family charging station and a shared quiet hour. Use a family media plan for kids. Social norms shape behavior. If present is cool becomes the rule, your environment reinforces your goals. Finally, step 10 adds a mental skill to help during every micro-decision. Quick mindfulness. Step 10. Use micro-mindfulness in the moment. You don't need long meditations. Pause for 5 breaths before opening any feed. Name the urge, curiosity or boredom, and ask, what do I really want now? Often the answer is not more content. A brief pause interrupts the habit loop and creates choice. These 10 steps build on each other. Before we close, here's a quick 7-day checklist you can actually finish. Quick start checklist for 7 days. 1. Turn off non-human notifications. 2. Disable autoplay and move your biggest time waster off the home screen. 3. Set 2 daily check windows and a 60-minute screen-free hour before bed. Bonus, tell one trusted person. These 3 moves produce immediate relief and build momentum. If you keep sliding back, it's not failure. It's a sign to change your environment. When should you seek professional help? We'll cover warning signs next. Seek extra help when digital use harms school, work, relationships, or sleep. Warning signs include failed attempts to cut back, hiding devices, withdrawing from offline life, or persistent low mood and anxiety. Talk to a healthcare provider or licensed therapist if use interferes with daily functioning. For gaming-specific concerns, consult clinical guidance. Getting help is a strength, not a failure, and it gives you tools to rebuild balance. Next, a final wrap that ties individual action to broader change. Tiny compounding habit, the 2-minute pre-feed ritual. Before opening a feed, take 2 minutes to stretch, jot a sentence in a notebook, or step outside. Those minutes create friction and reset intention. Do this daily for a week, and you'll notice fewer accidental scroll sessions. Small habits scale because they change the environment, not just your willpower. There's more to explore, but for now, try the 2-minute rule and see what shifts. Recap. Measure your use. Cut non-essential notifications. Add friction. Redesign your home screen. Schedule attention. Replace scrolling with real alternatives. Protect sleep. Use tools. Enlist social support. And practice micro-mindfulness. Start with the 3 quick wins this week and build from there. Change happens in small steps stacked over time. If you'd like a printable checklist or script for a family media plan, I'll link resources in the description. And now a quick final note before the call to action. You don't have to go off the grid to win back time. Design your attention like you design your home. Small, repeatable changes beat dramatic detoxes. Measure, adjust, and protect your sleep and focus. If one step feels hard, scale it down. Small wins stack. Try the attention audit and notification purge this week and watch how tiny moments multiply into real hours reclaimed. Ready to try it? Here's a friendly reminder to take the first step now. If this helped, tap like and subscribe for weekly practical guides. Comment. Which one change will you try this week? I'll read replies and pin a few good plans.